Right, so I had to.
Geez, hang on.
Oh,
Okay, I know that you were
Sure.
doing your story
Checked
thing,
out
but
the
I
local
forgot
hospital that
just
claims
how
that
fucking
they have
bad the frame rate
guards,
was at the beginning of
but
this
nothing
part.
we can't handle.
oh
You ready?
God, that's so
Oh,
shaky.
We need a plan.
Oh my head.
oh,
Sure. There's a rooftop near
it
the hospital. Don't
it
huff
gets
again.
better. Don't
See you
worry, it
soon.
gets better. But
The lag.
oh,
It hurts my
it's
soul.
so bad.
I'm going to vomit.
Rumpy, out of the window. Not in the Winnebago.
Oh. I'm good. I'm good.
Also, I think that's the quickest I've cut off one of your out of context stories.
Don't tell them. Don't tell the audience that. You'll spoil the surprise. All right. So.
I didn't tell him how we do them. I just said that they're out of
Shh, shh,
context.
shh. Hey, you're gonna ruin everything. Also, I'm back.
Huh.
Yeah, I was gone for the whole part. I was on the shitter.
Hang on, Sophie. The Winnebago doesn't have a bathroom.
Your point?
You frighten me. Anyway, thank God.
Alex is home
Actual frame rate.
and still in
Oh,
control of his
good.
green alter ego.
Yeah, this is about the point where I think I
Dr.
found out.
Connors?
Oh, the reason that these parts were somewhat laggy was because the
Dr.
bitrate
Connor,
was lowered
you
or
here?
something. I think I updated the software and didn't
How
and
long has that
like
been
it
going off?
set everything back to its default, and doing that made the video lag or something. I don't know.
So I set a backup of your preferences.
Connors' his family.
Hmm.
Where'd his
Well, I
wife,
didn't
Yes.
expect
son,
it to
and kid first
basically
in circumstance go?
default, like return to default by updating
Not that
shit.
Craven cares.
Anyway, time to run around a mad scientist's home. That we
I'm gonna
basic
steal his
that
His
stuff
son's room.
I'm gonna steal his stuff, like his water, and
and this mobile from his kid.
his kid that
No.
doesn't even live there anymore. I mean, we find out later, but
6, but only one's used.
when he first became the lizard, his wife left him and took the kid.
That's sad.
I know.
Doc?
I mean, for as sad as it is, it's at least a
Connors was
situation
here,
where it's
right?
like, yeah,
Yeah.
By the
I
looks
can
of it.
understand why, but it doesn't stop from being sad.
Yeah. No one's strong enough to marry a lizard. Says you.
Sophie, I
I'm strong
have.
enough to marry a lizard. It was only 2 months, buddy. Shut up.
Yeah, 2 months is still 2 months. Also, just because it says Dr. Michaels does not mean I'm involved.
Genetic recombination research? He came home to cure
I'm not
himself?
I
a
miss my lizard
certified
wife
Do
scientist.
sometimes.
experiments in your living room.
She was pleasant. She had lovely scales. She had a good ass too.
Sophie, I'm more impressed
Sophie.
that I'm more impressed that somebody actually got with your fat ass.
When you get with the squirrel, you get nutty.
Cute.
Ow.
Same song from the Mobile.
I think his son
So,
was trying to groom him to be a farmer.
What did Craven do to you, Doc?
so I actually had to re-record this part, and
Does Connors
it's
have a
one thing
background?
that actually makes me happy that the game does back up save files to a certain point,
Yeah.
because if you saw how laggy this part was at the beginning, that's how laggy this part was originally before I re-recorded it.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was
How are
bad.
you still standing?
But
Low.
uh
No numbers on the keypad.
No, it's the little farms, the little barn sticker. That's supposed to tell you what notes you have to
Moses'
play.
secrets.
I think I think I actually pressed that three or four times before actually figuring out the right button combination. Nah, my spider
You good?
action my spider action figure is not large enough to fit on that shelf. Or not. Yeah, never mind.
This lab probably kept
I get
him
a better screenshot
and his
later.
family safe whenever he had an episode. Reptile terrariums for Connor's initial limb regeneration tests. I never did find out
Also,
that
at some
Miles'
point, I change
motion sensor
I change
triggered
Miles
security
from
cameras
the
about 30 minutes ago. What did he?
the bodega
Trying to
cat
test
suit.
his blood.
Uh, at some point, I do that off screen.
Come on,
So
Dr. Connors, fight it.
when we see, because we will see Miles this part, when we see him, he's not in that suit. Um,
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Raven's gonna pay for putting Connors and his family through hell.
well, time to wander around in a crazy mad scientist's lab. Or something.
Couldn't hold him.
Yeah, I don't know where this joke is
Exactly
going.
how Craven likes it.
There's all. Who's gonna fix the hole? Hey,
Also,
where
I
are
feel
you
really,
going, Glitch?
I feel really, so the game is trying to point me towards a specific thing in that area, and it takes me a while to realize that it's right in front of the hole. There we
Where's his
go.
blood?
I better use my spider science on this.
The beast could be anywhere. You have no idea.
Now to punch some hunters.
Let me tell you how this is all gonna go down. You leave Connors
I'm gonna
alone.
beat the shit
I
out
don't
of you,
deserve this.
and then I'm gonna go save my friend.
Punch,
But if you or
punch,
Craven
bang.
keep going after him,
Bonk.
you'll answer to me.
Get down, doggy.
Get down.
Oh, now the Sonics too.
Eh?
They dogs. I noticed they got Sonics. Oof.
Oh yeah, and it's real annoying because any of your if you notice you have abilities on the left and on the right, if they send out that wave, all of the abilities on the left are inaccessible for a short time. Which is weird because that means it also knocks out your symbiote abilities, and it's like, wait, how? How does it knock out the symbiote abilities?
Oh, so he could prove something?
Because it's like they're basically sending out an EMP to knock out their electric attacks.
You. Stop.
Now, shit, they're across the river. Even in my enraged state, I can't get there fast enough.
I'm not gonna
Better
make
call
it in time.
Miles.
Is it 1800s? I love the braids. Yeah, okay. I see it.
Yeah. I have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight him for my character arc or something.
Spider-Man, right now.
Huh. That's true.
Honestly,
1 second.
while I think the story of the first game is much better,
What's going on? The market.
while I enjoy the story of the first game much more,
Yeah, I'll be there.
I really like how this story does its character moments. For me,
I'm sorry.
the character moments are the best part
I'll
of
text you.
Spider-Man 2, and it actually improves.
The mural. I mean,
Because I mentioned I wasn't as invested in the characters from the Miles Morales spinoff, but
It's about time Pete called me back.
I at the very least like that
What's wrong with Haley?
Had to bail. Lizard's
um
loose. Could use your eyes in the skies.
See?
it makes me feel more
Also,
attached to
Haley
the
thinks I'm
characters
crazy for
introduced
trying
in
to find Lee.
Miles Morales,
Seems like everyone does.
We're protecting
which
you.
is saddeningly
Revenge?
something that
Not
I
after
wish that
revenge.
Miles
I always
Morales
believed in
itself
second
did.
chances. But that's not what this is. My job to protect y'all, not the other way around.
I get it. Okay, let me boot up my gear real quick.
When I see Lee, I'm gonna punch him in the face. What the hell music do I have?
I have no idea.
It doesn't help.
Hey.
It doesn't help that I can like barely hear it. I also love that. I don't remember this being a suit in Miles Morales, but they added it in this game, and it's funny to me because if it's not a suit in Miles Morales, the fact that they added the goofy little Miles in the Spider-Man Halloween outfit,
Hmm.
like they added that as an alternate outfit for him.
looks empty.
It
better
just
check
looks
it out.
goofy.
Hmm.
Also a little sad. I think it's the only
Still have company after all.
I think it's the only suit that Miles has that actually has cape and cape physics. It's a little disappointing. Although I mentioned like we talked about suits that we would love to see in
Passive defense system?
we mentioned suits that we would like to see. We would like to see them add either as DLC or like during an update or something.
Gotta clear him out.
And I had mentioned the Spider-Man Unlimited suit.
Spread out.
Somebody actually made a mod for the first game on PC that actually adds that
man.
suit,
Got your feet up on the battle station.
and it looks pretty
A
good.
lot of hunters. They using those bird drones to track the lizard?
I think so. Why?
Got an idea. I'll work on it while you clear the warehouse.
Also, before I forget, have you heard of the? And I'm pretty sure if you have heard of it, you're gonna recoil in fear at me mentioning the name. But have you heard of the Spider-Man fan film Spider-Man Lotus?
Oh no. I've
I'm
never
gonna-
seen the fan film.
I'm gonna
just
I'm gonna
aware
take
of all
I'm
the drama that kind.
I'm gonna take the oh no as a yes, I have heard of Lotus.
Yeah.
I love it is funny to me that almost every review I've seen of that film has claimed it is the worst Spider-Man film. We now have, even though it is an unofficial fan film, we now have a Spider-Man movie that is worse than Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Boy.
because you just have a Spider-Man film that, first off, the entire reason the film was made was because the guy in charge of like the director or whatever just did not like the MCU Spider-Man. So first off, is a Spider-Man film built squarely on someone's hatred for a different interpretation of the character. And then everything about how they portray Peter Parker and pretty much every character is completely wrong. Like, there is almost nothing that Spider-Man Lotus does right. And that is just sad. Also, I hate this. I try and actually knock this goon out with the shelf. End up missing him by an inch.
I will never get tired of watching you kick serious ass. And we got our birdie.
Seriously,
Can override
by
your
a
notes, motherfucker.
fucking
Okay.
inch.
I'll give it a shot.
That's what hurts. Also, Miles's cape just clipping through his neck there.
My suit's pairing now.
God bless Unix.
Hang on.
Okay.
Get back.
Rebooting the altimeter and. It's alive! How do I look?
Like a robot drone, man.
And
That's not how cape should work, but okay.
Lizard.
Awesome. That was fast.
It looks like he's through there. This thing handles like a tank. This is gonna be bad.
Go home, Genki. You're drunk.
Yankee, you good?
Wait.
Yeah. I think this way's blocked now, though.
Don't stress. I'll meet you on the other side. Hurrah, and lizard.
I love I said, go home, Genki. You're drunk, and then it occurred to me, it's like, oh wait, he is home.
Here we go. I gotta get out of here.
You know, it is funny. It is funny to me. Like, we're going through this section trying to find the lizard.
This is sushi.
This game came out, I think, like right towards the tail end of October last year. And I remember for Halloween, granted, we did the commentary a few days before Halloween, but for the last movie we did for our Halloween movie commentaries, we did the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This section alone is more terrifying than that movie.
Ooh.
And that's sad
One guess what's behind this
for,
wall.
you know, an actual horror film.
Dude, where the hell were you?
No idea, but I've seen some things.
Same, man.
That being said,
Let's
like,
just find this lizard dude.
I'm not trying to say that as the Five Nights at Freddy's movie wasn't a good movie.
Somewhere around
No,
here.
it, like,
His tail
the
almost
FNAF
got me.
movie was genuinely really fun. And I enjoyed seeing it. I especially enjoyed seeing it with Rumpy. It was a good movie. But it's funny how that is supposed to be a horror film, and I don't remember. And I don't think I was scared a single point in that film.
Ear slit.
Like, it is just not a scary film.
Fun film.
Oh yeah, well, and granted, I think the biggest problem with the FNAF movie and it being frightening is they knew that the main audience that was gonna watch that film were kids, like
Hungry too.
preteens. And it's not that preteens couldn't handle a more scary film. It's just they most likely weren't gonna
Any threats? The
do.
building's swarming with hunters. Any sign of cops?
They weren't gonna
Yeah.
make a more
Yankees tracking him.
actually frightening
Mr.
film.
Parker? Mr. Spider-Man? I mean,
Mr. Spider-Man.
But the data's incomplete.
Think I can help with that.
is that blood? Hey, wait a sec.
This is weird. This scene is weirder to me having Miles in the
Onboard scanner.
in that outfit.
Nice.
Handy.
Dude, this is great.
I like that costume for Miles, but it's weird because this is the longest I've actually
Genki, wait.
I actually had that suit on because I think
Me neither.
I don't even have a stomach, so...
I tried to show off all of the suits in this playthrough, and it's given me an excuse to show off suits that I didn't even use in my main playthrough. But it's just funny to me that I have like the, because it's listed as the Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Boy suit. But yeah, like this is the longest I've actually worn the suit because I think in my original playthrough I clearly I unlocked it, but I basically just unlocked it and then went back to my favorite suit. Also, anyway, this is my train of thought.
Don't think. Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
But yeah, no, I would basically go back to, I would go back to the suits that I liked wearing. I don't know why I just paused there.
Party without me?
I do want to say, so this entire part in and of itself, I think like a month before the game came out, Sony had like a PlayStation Experience, and they showed off a decent chunk of gameplay from Spider-Man 2. This is the section they showed off during that gameplay. Is the or showed off during the PlayStation Experience. I mean, it like they cut out parts for, I assume, story, but yeah, this is the section they showed off during the PlayStation Experience.
Now this is
Which is kind of cool.
Poison clouds. That all you got?
I love this chase.
Civilians are all safe. How you looking?
This gunship won't quit.
I'm right behind you. We'll take it down together.
We do get a longer chase with Lizard next part, which is why this part is called Lizard Chase Part 1 and the next part is Lizard Chase Part 2. But
I got you.
but
Time to go, boys.
No. Defenses.
it's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite parts of the game is just the
Hang on.
chasing the lizard, because it is such a fun cinematic thing.
Oh, here's an interesting fact I found out today.
What?
Today is the birthday of Maurice LaMarche.
Oh, nice. Good old Orson Welles.
Yep. You remember him for Orson Welles. I remember him for Marvel will destroy you, puny humans.
He played. Wasn't
Yeah,
he
he was-
also the Brain in Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. I remember. If I remember correctly, he did Orson Welles in The Critic.
Yep.
which is still one of my favorite gags. Rosebud snow peas.
Yes, rosebud frozen peas, full of country goodness and green penis.
Yum. According to this, he's also done. Let's see what we got. He's also done Mr. Freeze, Calculon, Kiss Kroger.
When did he? Hang on. When did he play Mr. Freeze?
Looks like the Arkham series.
Really?
Actually, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense when I check. Let me double check that. Hang on.
That is a game series that we are gonna have to eventually do commentary over.
That's it. Peace. Alley-oop on 3. Push.
I guess maybe after we finish Spider-Man, I'll record some gameplay for the Batman Arkham games. 'Cause that'd be fun.
I was right. He was in Arkham City.
Wait, speaking of which, I was mentioning either in the earlier part or earlier this part about different like having like weird experiences with games. The first version of Arkham City that I owned a copy of was actually the Wii U port.
It's good, Pete.
The Wii U port of Arkham City is
Let's go, man,
actually
before
a
it gets
pretty
too far.
decent
No.
port. It is a
Come on.
better port than
Sure?
the
It's got big teeth.
is a better port than the Arkham Origins on Wii U,
He's not normally
but
like that, right?
that's not really saying much.
No.
Hear
He's never
another
like
weird
that.
thing about Maurice LaMarche?
What?
He's Mortimer. Mortimer
Hang on.
Mouse.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Mr. Ha Cha Cha.
Ah, cha cha. And,
Yeah,
it
that's
blows up,
pretty good.
and then it blows up the fucking. That's how the part ends. Is as he blows up the fucking part. Have you seen that meme going around?
I have, yeah.
Anyway, speaking of that, speaking of parts and ending, that has the end. We'll see you next time, where Pete continues chasing the lizard through New York.
He'll get the lizard and put him in a tank.
Yeah. It's not the Shocker. Otherwise, as a joke, I'd put the clip from the Spider-Man animated series. I might put the clip at the end of this part anyway, just because it's funny. Shocker! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Anyway, yeah, we'll see you guys next part.
See you next time.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!